Hi guys, what's up? This is me, Landon, and today I'm going to go over the deck that I used to place 7th place at Memphis Regionals. That deck is Sylveon Control. This list is very similar to the list that Hampus won Frankfurt with. The only changes I made was I dropped the Pal Pad for another Nest Ball, and the reason that I did this was because the main fear that I had with the deck was I was just going to get judged and then I was going to draw into a dead hand and lose. So 2 Nest Ball makes it harder for your opponent to just just go judge and then knock you out. So 2 Nest Ball I thought was really good. It let me most of the time have 2 EVs down until like the last until your last Sylveon, which is what you normally want, because you can let them take out 2 Sylveons. You just can't let them take out 3 Sylveons. So you can afford to have an EV down for most of the game. And then the other change that I made was I dropped 1 Plumeria for 3rd DCE. A 3rd DCE just makes some of my matchups better. It did win me a game. It just makes it so attacking is a better option, and also against Vikure, if they go Marshadow, it gives you a higher chance of hitting the DCE to be able to knock out a Rayquaza and possibly swing the tides of the game. If they go for the Speed Rayquaza route, which I think is the best way to play that matchup, because I lost to one person that was playing Vikure and that went for that strategy, and then I beat the other person that I played against Vikure that went for the more Tapu Lele, Delmise. They played a Tapu Koko GX as well. I lost to the person that went for... I beat the person that went that route, because what happened is I trapped a Vikavolt active, and they ran out of energy from trying to retreat it, and I eventually Plumeria'd out off all of their energy after Lusamine looping it about, I think, 10 times, and I just went for knockouts and I won. And I think that's how you should play the matchup. Just going for the Speed Ray, because Sylveon has a really hard time with keeping up the price rate. I did do it once actually, but that was when the Ray didn't get a turn 2 knockout, and I would have lost after they judged me, but I drew into another DC. So my matchups went as followed. Round 1 I played against Reshiram Ho-Oh deck. The deck seems to be a close matchup. I think if the Reshiram Ho-Oh player knows what they were doing, I think that it would have been a lot closer. And they also had I think a 302 Blaziken, a 302-1 with 1 GX. I think they had that in there. They just didn't use it. I'm not sure why. But game 1, I won on knockouts, and I think they were 1 knockout away from winning. In the game 2, it went to time. The player, I don't think that they were... I'm not trying to be mean, but they made a few misplays, and I don't think that they were the best player. So I win game 1. I'm feeling kind of confident. And then round 2, I play against Reagan. He's a really good player. He's playing Vikure. And I lose both games like in maybe 10 minutes. It's not very close. Game 1, I give him 3 mulligans, and I go second. And I believe he donks me. Turn 2. He gets a turn 2 Vikavolt, and he uses Stormy Winds 3 times. So I kind of just lose. And then game 2 in that set, I gave him 9 mulligans, and I didn't draw into a judge, and my hand was just dead. So I lost, and I was 1-1. I was kind of feeling down. I play against the Zoroark when I'm 1-1. They kind of wasted their judges, I think, and I think they also Pal-Padded in. I think they Pal-Padded 1 turn just a Guzman and Acerola, and I'm not really sure why. They should have been going for judges, because the only way the Zoroark can win that matchup is by attacking you and then going judge and hoping that you don't draw into a max potion or a way to heal, and then they can knock you out the next turn. So I think that matchup is 40-60 for playing as the Zoroark player, because if you play a few judges, if you play like 2 or 3 judges and you play a Marshadow, you should get enough opportunities where at least once you should be able to kill 1 or 2 Sylveon, and they might slip up once or twice. So I think it's definitely winnable for Zoroark, but I don't think Zoroark should be playing the Oranguru, because I don't think it's worth it, and I don't think you're going to be playing against Sylveon in the next in the upcoming tournaments. After Malamar just was both the decks in the finals, I think a bunch of people are going to be playing that kind of deck because it's really, really good and it's really, really consistent. But I don't think we'll have a standard tournament before Lost Thunder comes out. We have Portland, which is expanded, but that's a whole different format with Trevenant and some other things. So then round 4, I play against Gas Cam player. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to call it or not, but Malamar, a skateboard, Marshadow. I think it was exactly Rukon's list, except I think it had Dawn Wings instead of Deoxys. And game 1, I think he wins game 1. Game 2, I get a lockout on something and he scoops. Or I might win by knockouts. I'm not sure, but it's 1-1, and then I should win the game, but it goes down to time and he Marshadows me. After I knocked it out and he rescue stretchered it back, which was a really good play, and because I magical ribbon the turn before for Guzma, but I just couldn't. I was like 1 or 2 turns off, and he gets the tie, so I'm 2-1. And then round 5, I play against Bud Shrine, and it's pretty easy 2-0. The kid's a pretty good player. I played against him before, but it was really bad. Sylveon versus Bud Shrine. Sylveon should always win, especially if the Bud Shrine doesn't play Judge. And then round 6, I play against Tanner, who's playing Buzzrock. And game 1, he starts off Zygarde, and I went on prizes because he doesn't know that I play a 3rd DCE. And we're both down to 2 prizes, and he takes a knockout with Zygarde's second attack that does like 130. When he could have just Verdict, and if he would have Verdict, I think he would have won the game. Or it would have been closer. Or he wouldn't have lost the game that turn because Verdict makes it so Sylveon can attack. But he just wanted to Verdict. He just wanted to use the second attack because then he could get a one-shot next turn with Verdict or something. But I went on prizes, then game 2 I lock him a Cargo. I'm not sure he played the matchup perfectly because he benched a lot of unnecessary Pokemon, and I'm not really sure why you would do that. I feel like if you just go Zygarde, or at least if you go Zygarde until Sylveon tries to attack your Zygarde, and then you can go into a Beast Ring turn, and you should be able to win that matchup, I feel like, with the Zygarde. But I'm not really sure how the matchup goes if he doesn't. I think putting down the Macargo, I think it is necessary, or it at least really helps because you can draw into what you need every turn. And I know Macargo makes Buzzrock run a lot smoother from Philly. I'm just not sure if you bench the Macargo in that matchup or not. It's definitely debatable. And then round 7, I play against a Vicare player. I know who the kid is. We kind of joke around during the match. But game 1 takes 40 minutes because, like I said, he went for the Tapu Lele, Delmise, Tapu Koko route, and I just Plumeried him out of energies, and I Lusamine looped, and he should have scooped probably 20 minutes earlier, but I don't think he realized what I was going to do. So then I just kind of ran him out of energy, and then I started attacking, and he scooped the turn before I was going to take the knockout. And then we didn't have enough game to finish, or we didn't have enough time to finish game 2, but I think I would have won because his hand was just really bad. He didn't get a good setup. So I'm 5-1-1 going into cut, and it's actually a clean cut because there was a really small amount of players. There were only 88 players. And going into cut, I thought I was going to play against Buzz Shrine until one of my friends told me, someone told me the morning of, I was like, oh, I'm going to play against Buzz Shrine. That's such an easy matchup. And it was actually Ultra Necrozma with Ultra of the Moon and Tate and Liza. And he, basically how the games went is he just got a Dawn Wings and he put down like 2 Malamars. And so what happened was if I would try and target down his Malamars, so how it works is he can dark splash me almost every turn, and the only way that I can ever win that matchup is by decking him out and running him out of energy that he can attach to his Dawn Wings Necrozma, like locking it up in the active with Mount Lanakila. But he plays the 2 Tantalizes, the 2 Altars, and if I would ever knock out his Malamars, he could always just go Beast Ring onto Ultra Necrozma, or he could Moon's Eclipse with a Choice Band and Beast Energy and knock out a Sylveon. So, I think that matchup is honestly probably Sylveon's one of its worst matchups. It's probably 37 year. You have to get really lucky on Crushing Hammers or on their prizes. Probably Metagross is your worst matchup, but you can even plea them and try and go aggressive. So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would play this deck going into a League Cup, because I think that there's going to be a huge amount of Malamar Marshadow, and that matchup is just very, very close to even, and I wouldn't risk taking that matchup against the best deck in format. But either way, making top cut with it was really cool. I don't think I made a good deck choice because I was sitting next to a bunch of Vikarays and a bunch of Malamars. I did get relatively lucky on my matchups, though. I played against because I got to play against a Zoroark and a Bud Shrine. But I did I beat one of the Vikarays and I tied the Malamar, so I guess I did get pretty lucky. But I think I also played the deck pretty well in Swiss. I also made some misplays against the Ultras, so. But yeah, heading forward, like I said, I wouldn't play this deck heading forward unless you had some changes to change up those matchups. I don't think I would worry about playing against Ultra, but I think I would definitely worry about playing against just the Gas Can, like I said. But Portland is in 2 weeks, expanded, definitely a new format. I'm trying out some different stuff. I think Lance is a really good card in expanded. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.